Let's start with what happened on Saturday night. We spent all last week counting down to the top of the table clash. It had all the right hype, and by the time they blew the siren, it had all the right bite as well. And it delivered. It delivered to be the game of the year.
We're sitting on the top of lineup for a reason.
They're playing the best team in the competition by their admission. They are the best team in the competition. They've said that themselves publicly. July is a good time to be ranked one.
More to bring the A game.
We wish them all the best. We just hope we beat them.
The game, given the hype, was always going to struggle to live up to it, but in every sense it has. There's the first!
This was a great game of footy, so an incredible outcome, really.
And that's how it starts. Have a look at that from Josh Dacos. Pies back to back. Can't take your eyes off it at the moment.
You couldn't not look at the performance by both teams and sit back and go, that's a great advertisement for our game of footy.
Scores a level. This is ridiculous now. They are extraordinary, this team. This is something else. How good is this game? How many more blows do each side have to give? Unbelievable. Lead change number 10. One of the great home and away games unfolding here. Jamie Elliott, can he be the hero again? You can't believe this game. It is ridiculous what's happening.
Jamie Elliott kicks from 49 metres. Oh, my goodness.
Got it again. He's done it again. He's kicked his third goal. Two of them outstanding snaps from the boundary line.
Oh, he doesn't make any mistake at all.
He's kicked it. He has. What a goal. And the Pies are back in front. How good was that? Well, that is incredible. The smiles and the enjoyment on the face. It feels like the players are enjoying this certainly just as much as we are up here. And the siren sounds. In a heavyweight stoush, an epic. A classic.
I thought it was an outstanding game. Credit to Ken and the boys. That was the best game that we've been involved in this year.
That's an outstanding game of football, and yeah, we lost, and we lost at home, and they'll take a bit out of that if they play at home, but we're pretty young. We've got a fair bit of growth.
This spirit, it's an incredible thing to have when you have it. So, yeah, we'll nestle in this one. This is a big win.
Yeah, this is everything you hoped for.
There was a ferocity to it from the opening siren. There was an intensity that was pulsing through the telly, and the longer it went, there was an immensity that grew around it. It was proper top-of-the-table footy.
Oh, there's not a single person in Australia who was at the game who watched it on TV who didn't admire what those two teams put up on the weekend. The players, every effort after every effort, they just kept on getting back up, both teams. And when one team was coming back and had momentum, the other team didn't lay down. They kept on fighting and fighting. Another 5 minutes, Port could have won. It was just how it turned out. Moments of brilliance from Dacos and Jamie Allen.
Yep.
Awesome. Imagine having the calmness to slot those two goals in those moments on the road from that side of the ground. God, it was intense. You watch other games over the weekend, you think, God, my team's nowhere near the... We cannot even go close to the intensity of what these two teams did on the weekend. What does it mean? You know, I'm with Kenny. They can get a lot of confidence out of that. They lost on the road, but, you know, Collingwood are human. You throw stuff at them, they can buckle. And once again, Collingwood, they can't be killed. They're like the Terminators, mate. They cannot be killed because when they think they got them, they just keep coming back. In that third quarter, right, I'm watching it. I'm thinking one more, Port, one more. You've got control of the game. I rang champion yesterday. They had 60% of the game in forward half in the third quarter, the premiership quarter. They just needed to nail a couple. Now, at the top of my head, Todd Marshall missing from 25 metres out. Other players made mistakes, I know that. But you've got to take the opportunity in games like this. And they did and they didn't, and the games were lost. Mistakes were made by both teams. And good old Collingwood What a mighty, mighty football club they are.
So
Footy
we've
team
had
they are.
brilliant teasers 2 weeks in a row, and I feel like all 4 of our top teams are enhanced through them.
Yeah,
Melbourne
that's a
over the
fair
top
call.
of Brisbane, and I thought Port were enhanced against Collingwood.
And Brisbane over
high-end
Geelong.
measure.
And Brisbane over Geelong.
So the 6 shots that they nailed in the last quarter. So Collingwood's Houdini acts in the final term, it's almost passé, but it's just so thrilling to
folklore
see.
now. It is folklore.
So side bottom on the left from 45 in open play, got himself loose at the stoppage, Nick Dacos over his head to set that up. Josh Dacos from the boundary, Nick Dacos from long range in the channel. The only elementary shot is Bobby Hill, but as you rightly point out, 35 out directly in front. Plenty of players miss that.
Yep.
And then Elliott twice is once the hooker from the pocket and then sort of instantly iconic, wasn't it, to sit with his catalogue of brilliant finishes, match-deciding kicks.
How did you develop? It'd be great to have a couple of great players with us right now. We might talk to Jack about it tomorrow night and Jordan Dawson. How Jamie Elliott has developed himself into such a player who wants the moment. He's not overawed by the moment. Sometimes when players get the ball and they're looking around, what do I really want it? Do I really want the responsibility of that moment? And you can say champion players do it. Great players respond to that moment. And you can either make it or you're not. And Jamie Elliott has enough examples now in his career where he wants the moment and then makes the moment.
Yeah.
And there's a major difference. He's looking at an All-Australian, late surge for All-Australian. There's no doubt about that. But I loved Craig McRae and Ken Inkley post-match.
Yep.
Loved it. No, before you ask me any questions, anyone, no. What a great game. What a great game. Because, you know what I was thinking? What a great game. And when the siren, I went, wow. How was that?
Yeah, feel it, embrace it, and then wait for the next crack at it. They'll surely meet again, and
yeah, they will.
That lays for that matchup.
I just love both coaches. I love their playing groups. God, they've got some good players. Rosie's first quarter, my God, I'm looking at guy. Everyone talks about Dacos and Butters, and here's Rosie slicing through this team. I think, no one forget about you, Connor Rosie. Good players, they stand up again. Oh, it was great. I loved every moment of the game.
And in the coaches' votes, Willem Drew bobbed up with 5. I wonder whether he got Kenny's 5, just in the way those votes shook out. I don't know the answer to that. But so he was an instrumental figure, and again, just a little tease for the next time around.